we might just have you here with us on our faces for a little bit longer. We had a tech pause come through, but no, I've been informed we are ready to start. Okay. So we finally got going. A coach PC crash. Now we're back in. That's right. We resolve our issues quickly. No thanks to Endpoint scheduling. We are finally underway here, Alan. Do you think they're going to do us the courtesy of one team getting a 16-0 to get us back on track?
Maybe Endpoint losing 16-0. That is probably more likely on Nuke.
Oh, 2 players pushing trophy. This is getting kind of spicy. They're not stalling out. They're going pretty quick, and there is actually no one to watch it. I thought Dodo might be here, but he's actually up on top. So, oh, there's the kills. Oh, not able to realize it, though. MHL gets something going. Heavy God as the pincher, as the stinger on the back, and that is a quick pistol round. Okay, thank you, guys. Let's get this going. 30-second pistol.
Yeah, that was fast. Clearly looked like a kind of set lobby crunch from Endpoint. I didn't quite see what flash Max had lined up, but surely he had a flash ready to go for everyone to start swinging and, you know, peeking their way through. So, yeah, proactive stuff. Double Julies, love to see that. And couldn't really have gone any better because no bomb plant for the win. They can't invest. And, yeah, Endpoint feeling pretty good so far.
Dodo breaks out the Deeg, though. We think he's a dirty dealer. We think he's got the power, the spice. Personally, not too ambitious. See, Heavy God's back on the A4. It's going to be an interesting change to observe as players move between the A1S and the A4 in the coming weeks. I do think, especially with the damage fall off, I was looking at somebody, I'm trying to remember who this was, had a tweet that just had all the different ranges in which the A1S was no longer a full 4-bullet kill. And it's a lot more impactful than I initially thought.
Yeah, the other thing is here that I'm quite confident Nerds will still be the outer player. So we're taking long-range fights with that M4. And this honestly feels like a map where it probably was... Well, it depends how you play it. If it gets really aggressive and into the corners, maybe that would be nice. But I just think the AUG is probably the way to go in that sort of position. So, yeah, I await Nerds to prove us all wrong.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that one's going to look. I mean, Nerds is nuts, so I think, you know, aim probably won't be too much of a factor in any of these fights. But the 4-bullet body shot is definitely going to be interesting, or the 5-bullet body shot now, rather, at range. I think the A4 is a bit of a smart play now. Just there's extra bullets. I think that my gut check is that the A1S is still going to get highly played in casual play because it feels really laser beamy. But I think the A4 might be the smart play if you got the mechanics of both rifles. My gut check call. Diaz, is that a mist-thrown smoke? Okay, no, there the secondary comes in. Diaz has got so much space. He's in towards mini. They have no idea. There's the big kill. The Molotov confused them for a moment. But Mighty Max actually does burn our roast dose alive. It's called roast rice here. Uh-oh, gun barrel sticking through the smoke. This one's looking good for FTW. MHL needs to make the big move. He's got a pretty good idea of Diaz's position. I don't think they know a player's up vent. I don't think they know he's got a positioning here, but he can't quite isolate the fights. Heavy God instead is doing all of the work and now leaves him in a 1v1. What a play from Heavy God. Coming out heaven. Looking very...
Oh, it's a bad plant as well.
It's
a really bad plant.
Stick it. Yep, he's got it. No way. No how. No, he comes off! Didn't trust him! Still gets it in the end, but could have definitely just stuck that.
Had the time. Played it fine in the end, I guess. But, yeah, a bomb plant on the kind of main side would have been nice. I guess they're just too scared of players in that area, and yeah, we saw Heavy God doing a lot of work there. So yeah, I mean, a bit of a roller coaster for Endpoint. Player gets into main unchecked. Surreal can't win that duel from on top of a hut, and yeah, from there it cascades down like dominoes. It's they should be thanking Heavy God a lot for winning them that round, because that could have got ugly.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to watch Heavy God within this roster, right? Because Endpoint has sort of been like the portal to EUCS, if you will, for Israeli players. You know, Spinks, Flames, Nerds. Lot of new talent on the scene.
Not Spinks.
Not Spinks, but I mean, he came through from the scene. But Nerds, Flames, a lot of excitement in terms of what that region's been able to bring through.
Do they know?
They don't know. No one's reacting to this. This might just have to be this is going to be a really tough retake for Endpoint. They have no control. Even the ramp player is not even looking for this. So, free bomb plant. Free and clear bomb plant. They get in, but it's way too late. Now, Molotov's gonna burn Agil, actually. He gets the bomb down, but he sacrificed his life to do so. He was tagged. That's a bit concerning. Big kill for Diaz. Gives him a bit more comfort on it. Now Rosdos activates. Trading so far. Utility's still here, but Mighty Max is low. He's got to be careful about dying with these nades still in hand. They're doing work. Suka holds the line. Newest addition. He's delivering. Heavy got out of play. Headshot angles. Can't find MHL, but time is getting low. Time is getting to be an issue. And at this point, they're trying to reposition. This is so tricky. This is so tough. The door gets closed. As soon as that opens, I mean, it's over. They've already won it on time. They've already won it on the clock, and they know it. Everybody's going to die. It's a massacre.
Wow. Well, that retake actually went a little bit better than I would have expected. Yeah. No initial reaction. I don't think they had any clue. Maybe a communication mistake, because Heavy God made no move to rotate, and he was the man that could have at least bought a little bit of time. And I think there was even an argument there, Mike, to save when the bomb gets planted. It's a tricky retake, and they knew their money was disastrous. And look at this. This is the result. There's no money. AWP on MHL, full glass cannon, pistols in the mix, bit of utility, but this is looking dire. This half could swing so fast if For the Win just keep it together on this round.
Ooh, MHL finds the gap in the smokes, peers over, spots his prey, and strikes. They are going to be down lower, should be able to calm this. He's wary about mini, and once again, no one has rotated to address lower. This has to be rectified. They've just got pistols in this one. With that AWP, they should have the information. And nobody's moving a muscle. Endpoint. There are 2 sites, Endpoint. Endpoint. Please, just look. They even broke the glass now. This has to just be a save then, I guess? What are they doing? Alan, what are they doing?
I mean, maybe the logic of you're kind of gambling. That they're not actually going to finish B, but yeah, this is.
I mean,
it hurts. Right. You got to save. You got to
save the rifle. Yeah, it's not a bad result from the round. It's just weird.
I mean, we need to see a little bit more. Endpoint has played. I think this is their 5th official on Nuke, so it's not like they're totally out of the loop. But Endpoint will make some bizarre moves just through inexperience, essentially.
Yeah.
And the teams they've played, I mean, a couple of them are of the level of For the Win, but they haven't really been tested that hard by a really big name yet. So I still think, yeah, fundamentally there has to be gaps in Endpoint's play, and maybe that's what we're seeing a little bit in these last couple.
Yeah, right now FTW definitely feel like they found the gap, which is the protocols with rotation down towards lower. In that round, admittedly, limited weaponry. The op gets it, and then you're just maybe trying to stay alive, clear out lobby. Still, the eyes are on Heavy God for that one. He's been playing ramp for them. He's the natural player to start to rotate down once they lose access towards secret. This round doesn't look like it's live. This round doesn't look like it's happening. Either that or this is a new strategy I'm not familiar with.
Looks like we're on boot camp, and we've had a mass failure by the look of it.
RIP.
They're still inspecting.
I mean, he's inspecting. Yeah, DS. Maybe this is just the.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I think maybe it's just Suka, and they insta-called to stop. They might have insta-called to stop.
Yeah, they must have. Oh, the Endpoint's still playing all their angles. Maybe they called the stop in Portuguese.
I think they know. Oh, well. Seems we have a impromptu break,
Looks like
and everyone's dead.
Camp and the power went off. Unfortunately, we are going to need to take a little bit of a break here, folks, while we get the power back on for FTW, as this is just the game that cannot get going. Thank you for bearing with us. We'll be back.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
And we're back, folks. Thanks for bearing with us. This is actually a 3-2, if I'm not mistaken. Should update after this round. Okay, we are back underway here. It's a bit of an eco again, but there is that open play. There is that Khalil save through from the last round as well. You got an MP9. Things could get interesting, especially as MHL finds one and spots the bomb early on. Suka out of play, and FTW, they got to be careful. They're going to go for a straightforward upper hit. Aros Dos clearing out Surreal, but that was just one of the pistol players. No, never mind. That was Surreal. That's actually way better. Speaking of those pistols, though, Nart slips his way in, and they went down vent. This time, Mighty Max has responded, but just a USP. That's a bit of a tough ask. It'll have to be the op of MHL to really deliver any of the damage here. And he's gone. So now a tough retake, especially as they lose Heavy God here. Unarmored players, all they got. Mighty Max just needs to consider saving that AWP, and they're going to chase. They're going to chase, and he's not going to get away here, Alan.
Yeah, and that's no AWP. That's no AWP in the following round. Could really have used that one. That would have been nice. That round felt like it had legs, didn't it, after the MHL entry? But losing all that space on upper, a little bit crazy going down the vent, but kind of works in the sense that it blindsided Endpoint. So, yeah, for the win, a lot of different looks. And have you ever seen so much play in vent Mike after 6 rounds?
No.
They're in there every time.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it seems to be right now FTW. This is the change-up. This is the upper hit. I was about to say they're very much focused on towards B, but have they figured out Mighty Max's cheeky play? Got the idea. Mighty Max is playing with patient. Problem is he might lose teammates in the meantime. Now he reveals himself. There's one. There's two. Well done from Mighty Max. Still just buys his team an even situation, and with the smoke into heaven, this is going to be really tough to get out of. 2 players stuck in here. They can't really get involved in the fighting. Really tough spot. Rosdos needs to be watching the right direction, and that smoke is a little screwy as well. Might give Heavy God an angle to work. Rosdos knows. He's watching it. Not quite going to say it was intentional, but I will say he's aware that there's a gap in that smoke. I think Heavy God is a bit hesitant. Smoke fades, MHL, big kill, second as well, and there we go. The finishing blow from Heavy God, but not enough time for the defuse. And MHL even cratered. Oh no, he sunnied himself, Alan.
I don't think he had time anyway to stick it, but if he had a kit there and died, that would have been, you know, unbelievable. Wow, what a bizarre round. That was all over the place. How did Max live? Just sitting in his smoke for so long, get to 2K, but the players just couldn't get out of heaven for the life of them. They had the one way down. They could have gone with it, but I think they were so scared of that kind of T1 way outside a hut, winging the smoke, that they just sort of stalled out way too much, especially for a team with no kits. That was kind of a non Not the best approach, really.
It makes it so tough now economically as well. You've got the one rifle from Heavy God. Surreal's bought armor, but look, the 5.7's good, but it's going to do some lifting here, and MHL won't even pop a shot. I do think maybe we're seeing some of the inexperience on Nuke coming through from Endpoint, right? It almost looks like, you know, if you have a well-drilled Nuke team, you instantly know whether you have the timings on things. You instantly know when to respond which way, and it feels like they've got some of the right ideas, but maybe they're just like half a second slow on the processing at times.
I mean, think about some of these situations. They've never played them before.
Yeah.
And that's where the hesitation comes from. Nuts.
Bye, nerds.
He might have just got 4-3'd. I thought he'd caught a glimpse, but not to be.
I also want to say, I think the thing that helped Mighty Max in that smoke last round was just that he took so long to emerge from it that you saw someone was watching it for a while thinking that could be the play, and then after like 10 seconds they certainly thought, nah, no way he's still in there, and they ignored the possibility.
Yeah, it's also,
well.
I mean, something that's you know, very likely to have issues with is, say, protocols on a site, because if you're playing a new map as a team, what you're gonna have is the defaults, the standard setups, you know, the aggressions. What you're not gonna have is playing, you know, tense situations where you can't talk in time.
Yeah.
And it's pretty likely that Max and Surreal just haven't played enough Nuke together to be super comfortable with, you know, if we see nades flying in at the start, what are you going to do? How are we going to react off each other? And you can kind of see so far, when have they been, you know, both taking the fight at the same time or both getting the util off at the same time? It's a little bit janky at the moment. And, yeah, they're kind of running out of time because they haven't won a lot of gun rounds here.
No, and I mean,
If any,
the economy's
actually.
been in shambles pretty much the entire time, right? So it's been a tough road. This is a huge round. You got to do it, otherwise this first half is going to be rough, to say the least. So this is the round. Surreal's already down half. Where's MHL playing with the op? He's watching in towards ramp right now, so that's the AWP. They're leaving lots of room outside. And we've seen FTW exploit this before, and it seems like they're going to try to again. MHL might reposition towards heaven, see if he can get a shot over the smokes. But this time the smokes are a fake. Not getting a big response, though. Endpoint are chilling. That's... Is that where that smoke was meant to go?
Has MHL got a gap? I'm stunned that nobody's scared of a lower hit. But here comes the inner. Max on the off angle. And Nerds can't get anything done. It's just Surreal. 50 HP. Dives into hut. Has to win that duel. And how on earth have they won this? Wow. What looked like a terrible situation actually pans out as one of the better holds of the half.
I think what we just saw there is why they've been so slow to rotate lower, right? They didn't respond to the smokes outside. They didn't respond to that play. And in this instance, FTW tried to get ahead of it by moving back in after throwing the feint. And instead, MHL's got the vision, they trust, and the hold works out beautifully. So there we go, Endpoint. That's the round you had to win. They do it. How would you rate your confidence in them now going forward, Alan?
Not brilliant. That round, Surreal won that round. If he loses one of those one-on-ones, this is game over. I don't see how they could win it. And like, especially after Surreal gets like the second and the third kill, nobody's looking at heaven, and MHL can just peek. And nobody's facing him. I don't think MHL had a gap on those smokes. I think they just gambled. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably sounding a little bit downbeat, but I've got my coaching hat on, Mike, and
yeah,
we need some more out of this. We need some better play from Endpoint.
This is the magic of getting to watch Endpoint games with Alan Tender. It is possibly one of my favorite things to watch. But the coaching hat immediately goes on. It's just full pessimism here. Just so you know, if you're watching right now in chat, the reason is because he loves them.
You could say that.
Sort of a toxic love.
It's how it always is.
Here's a ramp hit. MHL, that's the first. What? They just line up. Shish kebab, collat. All right, easy as can be. The flames don't even threaten him. He starts to burn. He's blind. He doesn't care. He gets the fourth as well.
Nuts. Give him the ace.
Why did he go back into the flames? What? MHL, he's burned and he's gone. Okay, Diaz. Gonna try and make something happen here. He is dead to right. What happened with MHL there? He was clear of the fire. Did he go back in?
MHL was just thinking, we need Endpoint to be a majority Israeli team. We need to bring some flames. And he went straight into it. That's honestly the most logical explanation. Why has he done that?
I don't know. I was thinking, could someone else have thrown a Molotov? No, there was only one guy alive and he was in secret. You can't. Physically, you've gotten there. I'm deeply confused about what happened in that one. Either way,
this is great. I'm enjoying this.
FTW, I mean, it's tied up now. It's knotted up. Maybe not the prettiest CS, maybe not the prettiest round, but hey, it was pretty from MHL up until he put himself alive. It's like he got so excited about having a dope clip that he's like, I gotta end this somehow. Immolates. Self-immolates.
It's probably worth also saying that Endpoint just played a best of 3 that went long. They had a pretty short gap. That's not Challenger League's fault. That's not ESL's fault. That's just the fact of the matter with the scheduling. And they also were playing a game last night that I think probably ended at something like 11:30 to 12 UK time. So an hour later for Central EU. So they played a lot of Counter-Strike in the last 20 hours. And, you know, whichever way you look at it, that's going to take time. You just physically can't maintain full focus with that much, you know, high-intensity Counter-Strike being played.
Well, they may have found their focus in just the right time. We got locking down ramp very ably. I gotta say, the Heavy God scoreline is very encouraging for Endpoint, right? Your new additions are the ones who are lighting the path right now. 14-6 for MHL, 12-4 for Heavy God. They're looking very good. This has been a team in Endpoint that has had a lot of success bringing up new talent, farming, shall we say, for buyouts. And hey, man, look, new crops looking good maybe here, Alan.
Looking good so far. It's also worth saying that Surreal and Max barely ever played Nuke. I'm not sure how much Nertz did on his old team, so maybe that's even the fact here. MHL, Mouse Academy, surely they played a lot of Nuke. Heavy God, I'm not so familiar, but he might be in the same boat. They could be the most experienced Nuke players on this team already.
Definitely possible. And moving MHL all around all the time. This is the first time he's been down in towards Secret, and it's perfectly timed because they're coming his way. Flashbang to push him off the angle. Molotov goes down preemptively. Didn't want the element of surprise. Wanted the control. Oh, timing. Timing. Spots him. Smokes up. Nade's risky, but it will net some damage. He's going to get pressure through the smoke. Eventually. Once again, they're not sending anyone down to help him. Nertz's responsibility for outside. Heavy God still focused ramp, so it is very much MHL or bust for that lower
The fear
hold,
here is, look at the bomb for FTW. They haven't made a choice yet, and they're running out of time.
Now they'll retrieve the bomb. 30 seconds. Ideal has it. There's the first spot. There's the first kill. Nertz has let them know that Mini is not really an option here. Stadodo slips out, but oh, that's timing. Rose Dos, perfect timing. Stadodo would have been a dead man for a Mustang, but Rose Dos finds it perfectly. Now MHL stuck. They know he's here. This is desperation, trying to no-scopes up the ladder. Heavy God will relieve the pressure, will allow him back out. And he's just trying to keep them focused. Here we go. Double rifles up. Let's do it. MHL and Heavy God, they've been good. Let's see if they can be great. They do have the kits, they do have the time, but they don't have the kills. Aros Dos and Stadodo shut that down. Big 3K coming through from the Sweet Rice man himself. And that's a 6 on the board for FTW.
A cheeky boost. Cheeky's boost behind the silo right at the end. That was nice. For the win. Wow, Endpoint. Nertz gets the kill. Clearly, they were working in towards lobby, and despite Endpoint having a little bit of early warning that A's got to be the site, they just can't hold on. And you know, I don't want to point too many fingers, but Max and Surreal look like the weak points at the moment on the CT side. It's been A site almost invariably minus rotates, minus weird rotates. They kind of let them down so far.
Has MHL got this angle? He's peering. Ooh.
Nertz definitely has it. They're
not going. Yep. no spot there. The smokes are good this time. A lot of smoke spent. I think there's 4 smokes outside for the tees.
Well, I think they missed one, so they had to wing it and fill the gap.
Bit unfortunate there. They've no longer got any smokes whatsoever for the actual take, and the bomb's still red. Oh, that's bad. The bomb's stuck. Fortunately for Stododo, who has it, no one is watching him, apart from the player in mini. Should be Nerds. Bit more of a focus here in towards the lower side. They're expecting it this time, but the bomb not having crossed. I mean, once again, FTW has not made a determination. They're feeling this out. It's going to be a pinch towards lower. MHL doesn't land the shot. Diaz gets heavy god. Now it's big trouble. Now they want to move that bomb down, but they can't even do it. What? What was that flick around? What was that from Stododo? Had no business getting that kill. Should have been dead to rights.
This round is madness. Endpoint needs to save.
Here?
They need to save. They need to save.
Surreal just tested the molly. Now he's in towards ramp. He's going to be a dead man, presumably to Agil. No, he's worked his way into the corner. What is happening?
That was a
Mighty Max
crazy
is
round
out.
from For the Win. That I don't know if it's deliberate or kind of the moment that the bomb gets stuck red, but they were faking B there, and then trying to wrap outer or something with the remaining players, and they just killed everybody on B. so they then try and rush to get the bomb there. Players are holding the cross from Mini, but unfortunately can't actually drop the bomb. And wow, that round had everything. That was crazy.
I gotta say, I'm remembering why we enjoyed watching FTW games so much. It's just there's a certain something to them. That situations, it feels very, you can never quite figure out how a round's gonna go up until it does, if that makes sense. Like, it's rare that you just see a round where they get a pick, and then they play a methodical take in, and it ends. It's always, do they know where they're going? Do they know where they're going? Oh, they messed up the youth. Oh, no! Suddenly they kill everybody, and we're all right.
Yeah. I think the way to look at it is, whatever they do, Mike, they do it as a team. It's
Yes.
They just group up and go, and that could be what we're going to see here. Another attempted vent dive.
Ooh,
MHL wants to block it. And Surreal's dead. That is a disaster start.
MHL's gonna keep going? They heard him, I think, making moves by the vent, but okay, he is gonna get out of there. That's good. Would have been insanity to continue to press the squeaky fight. Am I a little disappointed he didn't? Perhaps. But we've got DS up on red box. Smoke's going to be thrown to get him activated. That negates Inert's position in towards garage, but you have MHL chilling in secret. So that's just a quick sweep. He just brought out the little dustpan, and he just whoosh, DS into the bin.
No. Ramp is open. Fully open. Yeah. Yeah, they gave it up. They gave it up to fight outer and inner. Yeah.
And MHL's even in the vent, I think, so there's not even vision from double. He's going to try and reposition now, and their slow pace might actually give him an opportunity to get back in spot. Playing this from double door to the left side of vent, this is bad.
Nerds had to win that. Now they're in trouble.
Mighty Max? Okay. Trying to see if he could get 2 out of it. Did they keep going up? What? You can't win that fight. That's a miserable fight. What is happening? They're going down lower. 18 seconds. No one is here. Heavy God will be. He'll beat them on the foot race. Can get the door open. Smoke's going to bloom, so his vision's blocked. Rounds of madness, Alan.
2v2. Focus. Focus. This matters.
All right. Here we go. Critical round here towards the end of the half. 2-on-2. Bomb now down. Player in rat hole. Player up on the catwalk. Mighty Max making a ton of noise. Maybe trying to distract focus from Heavy God. But someone's going to need to get out, and they're giving them no fights. They're starting to get low on time. You got to make the move now. You got to find contact. Big kill from Heavy God, but that activates Rose Dos. Molly goes down. That should finish it. That should just about finish it. Heavy God has to get this kill. Rose Dos knows he needs to buy time. He's doing a great job of it. He's dancing with death, and he knows it. But he's done enough. That's going to be the round, and the round's all that matters. FTW win the half with 8.
That was close. I think another second and Heavy God would have had that. That is a little bit of a kick in the teeth, as you know, we mentioned it already, but if we're struggling with, you know, full oversight, mini-map, X-ray to work out exactly what For the Win is planning, imagine being Endpoint in some of these rounds, calling out, there's players A, it's got to be A. Max is screaming, it's got to be A. And then we're still ending up on B somehow. And it's just an absolute roller coaster. So there's some fun aspects of play. And certainly if you're Endpoint and you're not super comfortable, imagine the amount of pressure they're under now to just communicate well. Because this has just been everywhere from For the Win. They're just probing the entire map constantly.
I just love the fact that they lost a player going up the ladder into heaven. And then the guy behind him was like, yeah, but let me see.
He's going into a molly as well.
See if I can do it. Let's just
go.
prairie dog my way on up here. Poke my head out of the burrow and see if this will work. Aros does his 2 kills already. I mean, okay, 3rd as well. All of the aggression from Endpoint has just been shut down in this round. This is going to be miserable. This should almost certainly be a 9. You need Heavy God or Nerds, and I mean, it's been Heavy God so far this map to be, as his name suggests, a god. Nerds will find one. They're stuck in lobby. I mean, the information's there, right? They should have a pretty good read on where this is coming from. Heavy God's going to be crunching back in. Someone is watching for it, but he gets the kill. Now he's got the opportunity. He's got the chance to work. Nerds is getting into heaven. Oh, this could work. This could happen, Alan. These two calming in whatever language at this point, making it work. Back into the 2v2. Heavy God doesn't realize there's a player vent, but he also doesn't get peeked. Throws Dose, trying to play it patient. Flashbang good. Molly's in for pressure. Great effort here. They do have a kid on Heavy God. Has to stay alive most critically. There's the spot in the vent where Rose Dose gets it, and Suka shuts it down. Big 4K from Rose Dose to send us to the half. back in here, and it's looking pretty dang good for FTW. A little bit of chaos, a little bit of disorder, a whole lot of lower hits, and Endpoint coming up worse the wear. But can they rally here on the T side? Let's find out, Alan.
Look at this pistol from For the Win. Triple ramp. Diaz priming a nade to dunk on any ramp players. It's a bold one, this one. You're leaving outer and especially A bomb site so exposed, and the way that bomb's headed, I'm a little bit nervous for him right now.
Yeah, Rose is spotting outside. Surely they have to start rotating a guy in now. The mini players aren't going, though. Here's the thing. Rose was super exposed for a long time. If this just turned into a straightforward A hit, I think it would have been over. But instead, they're putting a lot of faith in these dualies. Diaz has dropped one. There's a second as well. Diaz making it look good with the USP. They're trying to fight this isolated player, and instead they're getting shreked right now. And Ayil, very awkward fight between him and Surreal, but he will win it. Come out the better. Heavy God's gained space, but he doesn't have the bomb, so who cares if he has a sight? He's the last man alive, and you're done for. Wow, okay. Unorthodox pistol round, but Endpoint kind of play right into the spider's web there.
Yeah, well, of course they didn't know it, but the kind of having so many players ramp means they're so close to rotate and fight outer, so it kind of worked out for the win. Yeah, Endpoint just can't get any good duels. They're taking long-range fights and Glocks on most of them. It's just so unlikely to work out, and that's what we saw just there. Eco to follow, and For the Win, potentially very happy that Endpoint let Nuke slip through at this point.
Yeah, you gotta imagine. Massacre! Okay, Agil makes some money. Arosdos will snipe the ace. Agil lets him know, hey, bro, what the heck? But, hey, a lot of money made between them. Agil sitting on 5,400 after that round with no need to reinvest. Full 5 staying alive. I mean, this is about as good of a start as you get here on a Nuke CT side.
Bit of a bonus, though, this one, isn't it? 2 MP9s, Famas is in the mix. You've got no AWP over onto the Dodo, so now's the time if you've got some nice aggressive setup potentially to throw in the mix. It looks pretty default for now, just 4A start. Early nades down to block any rushes, and yeah, we're gonna see a slower pace round here.
A lot of spam did keep Diaz from getting in position quite as quickly as he'd have liked, but without a fast play outside, it just doesn't matter. He's now going to be in towards Secret. I'm curious to see this fight between Secret and Red Box. Diaz spotting for it. I think that's going to be the fight that determines the round. Deeper smokes. This gives the mini wrap possibility. Third smoke comes in, so they've got the option. Diaz is going to have the information. Is he being watched for over the flames? He's got vision. There's one, and he gets away. So that's a freebie. That's really nicely done. He's actually going to come right back off of the back of his teammate's flash. Diaz is playing really nicely since this half switch. Backing away. Nerds right in there. Good entry. It's going to give us a chance here. Give it a chance for Endpoint, but it's still looking a little dire.
Yeah, the bomb
here,
is so
Alan.
isolated, and I think, yeah, Rosdos is still in garage. This is a really cheeky angle that you just don't see on gun rounds. So, what do you do, Endpoint? Crossing Secret again now is going to feel so dangerous, and I don't know. Rosdos is just so ready. Nuts, if he doesn't check this, they could be in for a world of pain.
Timing. Timing is everything. Once the mini wrap comes through, timing. There's the spot. He's got 2. Oh, the MP9, the worst gun for this. But it's still going to kind of work. They know the player's there, and now it's just Nerds, and he's so low. So that's actually well played. Despite not getting either kill, it's very effective from Rosdos. Nerds has managed to slip away, but with 5 seconds, he's just going to save. Wow. This is... I mean, look, you set the table in the pregame, talking about how Nuke has not exactly been the best map for Endpoint, and we are seeing it for sure.
I think, irrespective of where it is in their map pool, you just got to imagine with a new lineup, it's not going to be super cohesive. For example, like Heavy God is playing individually very well, but in terms of in that first half how they were rotating, it looked a bit off, and he, being the ramp player, is one of the principal rotators. Not to say it's his fault, but they haven't looked on the same page nearly as much as For the Win. For the Win have run some bizarre rounds, been caught in awkward scenarios, but they always stick together and always trade well and always make it kind of doable, whereas Endpoint looks a little bit more Maybe flustered even is the word for what we've seen so far, especially on the defense. Might need to find my For the Win jersey at this rate.
I mean, really. You've
I'm
got
not sure
about
where it
4
is,
rounds.
actually. It's got to be
Well,
in the building.
I'm surprised it's not mounted and framed on the wall, man.
Maybe it
You
is.
should put in a little case. It says break in case of emergency, but it's break in case of For the Win game.
But with an endpoint sticker on the glass.
I mean, they are looking a little shattered right now. He's going to come and play. It's all the pistols working together. Where's the rifle? Nerf in the back? There is Nerf. Oh, doesn't matter. They're all dead. Nerds is down vent. Did get a kill with the P250. Nerds gets another. All right, suddenly things get a little more interesting. They do have the bomb stuck here in towards ramps. Dodo has a tricky thing to play. Oh, he's going to hear the footsteps. Nerds is full step on putting it. And there's the cleanup. All on to MHL with a deagle and a dream. A dream of bomb plants. It's only a dream that'll last 20 seconds. And Agil, I think, is about to shatter it. Oh, come on, just watch the right way. There we go. Okay, timing is there. MHL gets caught.
Okay.
So what's map 2, Alan?
Yeah. It's looking... I mean, just for Endpoint, they just need to play some more gun rounds. They need to get in the groove. Ancient, it'll be starting T-side. So that'll be rough.
Tough.
It's, you don't want to go into that cold. And that'll be their fifth map of the day, and that'll be pretty soon the way we're heading at the moment. So, yeah, it's downbeat with being on Endpoint. I still think For the Win are playing a lot of good CS. Gills look good. Rosdos, for me, has been the star component. And mentioned it before the game, and he's got a lot of important kills. Remember that 3K in the first half? He just killed everybody on A. Just walks in, kills 3, gets his 4th for the 4K. He's having pretty tremendous impact.
And if you're wondering what's going on with the stats over on the FTW side, they're not accurate because we had the whole everybody disconnect, everybody reconnect. I'm not actually sure where they're at this point. They definitely, Diaz hasn't died 3 times. So, suffice it to say, pretty much everyone's having a good game there. I'm not quite sure, who's where and the what when, but it's been a good one for FTW as the main scoreline would indicate. Nerds just slipped in the garage. Diaz, this is going to get weird. Does he have an idea that a player could be passed? Nerds is going to give him the wraparound. It's all about timing here. It's all about timing on the smoke fade. Uh-oh. Nerds not getting activated in time. Look at that damage! Only 1 kill, but look at that damage! Okay, Nerds finds 2 back the other way. MHL and Surreal will be so brittle at this point. And Suka coming back in to reinforce A at the right time. Suka has a ton of utility as well. It's going to be tough to deploy it, though.
Oh, you can check.
Heavy gun. Oh, he walked right past him. He never looked right, Alan. He never looked right. Uh-oh. Agil gets away with murder on that one. He even gets tagged by the op as he gets down vent, but it's not a kill.
Endpoint should know it's at least 2A. They need to start sprinting.
They're going to be. Agil's going to hold the line. He's got no health, but he's going to hold the line. 15 seconds. They got to go. Bomb down. It's Surreal. He's 10 HP. If he gets dropped, okay. Huge kill from MHL, but just open the door. Oh, no. He dodges it, and they win the round. How did they win this round? They couldn't even win it on time. What is happening, Alan?
This is the best game ever.
What is happening?
This is absolute madness. This is. It doesn't make any sense what's happening. How did Endpoint win that? How did they win it after Heavy Gold doesn't check T-Ben? Okay, I'm all for it. Bring more chaos. It's a ladder. This is amazing. This is the best new game I've seen in a long time.
I'm having a good time, man. I'm having a good time. Bringing the excitement for sure.
Is this Mustache Masters?
I mean, it feels that way a little bit. Whew. All right, Heavy God's already been tagged. Settle in. There's not a lot of utility for FTW this time. That is a limiting factor, but they've still got the guns up. No kits. So keep that in mind, considering the margins we've had some of these rounds come down to. And to be fair to Endpoint, if they crack the eco here, you got a real chance to run back some rounds, right? So this is your round. This is your swing round. Endpoint can make a game of this. Just have to convert here. Stadoto's down in secret. He's going to be tested. They're coming his way. It's all going to be about Stadoto now. We saw MHL play this angle earlier. He had a good time of it. Oh, they peek dry. No flashbang for it. So Stadoto's going to get himself a freebie, drop the smoke as well. That'll funnel them back up top, which this is the crossfire they were holding for. Diaz collects. Diaz, ooh, little over-ambitious, continuing to fight out there. If he just stays alive, his position is so valuable. Instead, Aguil is going to have major pressure on. They're working a player in towards Heaven. If they do get that Heaven peek through, Suka could theoretically. They're all coming through. Suka! The lineup, but no kill. They're going back down now, Alan. They're going back down. That means ramp is open. They're trying to rotate. Stadoto's trying to get in position, but he's going to be way too late. And at this point, MHL scoped up. If he opens the door, he's a dead man. 10 seconds. There's the test. Doesn't pull him off the plant. Endpoint now have this to play off of, and the money being what it is, FTW could just save. They're going to. All right, we got a game.
These rounds have been so labored. Wow. That felt like For the Wins round for a good deal of the way through that one. MHL is getting a lot of frags. It looks like just posting up on angles and maybe people peeking back into him. He's kind of holding them in this half by evening up scenarios and making it doable. That felt dire. And Suka as well. That was millimeters from being a quick, 2-man spray down and round over. So
yeah.
Oh, this is on the knife edge.
I feel like that moment when you break the crossfire from Garage and Mini, right? Diaz peeking into the second fight, that might have been the moment it gets out of whack. Oh, this time they're not going to have the weaponry outside of the 2 saved guns. Just have to eco here. Paul's going to come in. I'd imagine this is called by FTW as they say, look, guys, we got a big lead, but it can be gone before you know it. How do they activate Stadoto?
One of those things where you just, in freeze time, you just literally ask him, what do you want to do? Or you maybe say you need to do something. And then you open the floor up. And then he goes for whatever feels most comfortable. Or maybe he's seen something in Endpoint already. I think, bit of a shame Diaz doesn't have a weapon because he's been such a menace on Outer. Always in behind, always causing problems, always getting information. And it might not be showing in the stats, obviously, that those stats aren't totally realistic, but he's won them a lot of rounds on the CT side.
Stadoto back on this angle. It bore fruit last time. Just gonna chill on it. But this time, it doesn't seem like they're going to test lower. Smokes haven't been thrown. Surprised Stadoto's not pressing this forward at all. They got the player in garage, right? They should know. There's no one outside. There's going to be a jack. Oh, the spray down isn't good. Nice play from Heavy God. Baits out the initial shot. Okay,
a full USP kill?
Full USP kill. Back of the head. Nerth's just turned around, I guess. Don't let him out. Oh, okay. Mighty Max realizes what's going on, and now the op and the rifle are lost, so there's nothing really to be gained out of this.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to have an AWP in the next
second.
now.
Now they will.
Now they will. Okay, it's okay.
It didn't do much damage.
It's okay. It only did 8 damage.
It looked cooler than it was.
Yeah, that even they'll expect him to be secret side. Alrighty, well, it doesn't quite feel like the fully game on just yet.
No.
Being T-side Nuke and still being down, but certainly in terms of the wider context of the series, at least Endpoint a bit warmed up now, and it's not just a complete smackdown when they move onto the second map.
It is definitely more encouraging. But this next round, calling it, this is the one. If Endpoint wins this, I'm interested. I'm very interested. If they don't, it's fake comeback. It's all over. We're all good. We go on to Ancient. Here's the moment. Because they've got the op. They're going to have the rifles. I think they should have at least 1 kit available, if not 2. Orozdos picks up 1. Does DS get the other? No, it goes for utility. So just the 1 kit. Let's see where Orozdos actually plays, because that could wind up mattering based on where the kit potentially drops.
Just one of the A players.
Yeah,
Starts
it's a
top
fine
of
spot
hut.
for it.
He'll be tasked with holding onto Squeaky most likely. Peeking over towards that direction. Diaz is already dropped actually, so you can already see the difference in approaches, Mike, where For the Win are covering off against Event Dive immediately, and it took a bit of time for Endpoint to adjust, fill that gap.
It's interesting to me that they basically rotated who did what, right? Because Stododo was the guy playing down low. Now you're setting up Diaz instead to go for this peek, and he's going to do it. There's a Molotov to hold him at bay, but we know Diaz. He's going to go for that fight eventually. Smokes it down outside, and now he goes for the look, and he gets a freebie. No one was watching, so he gets away. He gets away. Resist the urge to peek back in, but Heavy God has
no
some
idea.
serious positioning here in
Oh,
ramp. Nope,
no.
they do. They do. They figured it out. They know. It's still a really powerful spot, but he's got to be careful, and Suka's going to take him out of play.
How did Suka... That must have been right on the edge of his vision. Wow. That is game-changing. That Heavy God could have easily got a 2K there if he's not spotted. And now this is panic stations.
MHL will lead the charge. No one's watching Heaven. Alan, no one's watching Heaven. No one's watching Heaven. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're not aware of the possibility. Now, I think Arosdos is aware, and he's going to die. So this is now alarm bells ringing. This could be back on. Agil has to duck into the hut. The molly, or the flash rather, fully blinds him. They're losing bodies left, right, and center, but they're getting the kills they needed to. They're getting the kills they needed to. They keep 3 alive as well. That one looked like it was unraveling for a moment, but they hold strong.
Just too many players to deal with. Well rotated. And yeah, this is looking great for the win. Diaz, again, just so annoying. So annoying. It's him in secret. It's him taking fights on the flashes, and Nerds has lost out pretty consistently on that kind of fight between the outer players. So, wow, For the Win. Firing on all cylinders here. And looking like pretty competent on the nukes.
I will say, when it comes to Ancient, I just had a peek. 0% win rate over the last 3 months for FTW. So, it has the makings of a 3-mapper if Endpoint can't get her done here. Because, of course, oh, okay.
Now he
Heavy God
checks.
wins that
Now
one
he
fade.
checks. He's aware.
Nice find. It was a headshot both ways. Arosdos just had an A4 as opposed to an AK.
Suka finishes. Smokes it down. This, what's happening in ramp? Okay, there is a smoke here. But Max is essentially the lurker, and Suka gives it up. Max finds the perfect gap. Oh no. This round could unravel so fast. They're still committed 2 into fighting secret. But Suka's got no idea if he rotates back, and Max has all the space in the world right now.
We've seen these gaps left before. This time it could be the finishing blow. Sedoto's going to back right into it. Oh, it is even open. Everything's working out, Mighty Max. Everything's coming up, Mighty Max. I can't wait to see how this falls apart. Oh, come on, Mighty Max. Come on, just get the kill. There it is. All right, that opens the gate towards lower. No one else is in position. The bomb can now cross. He covered all the ground, so he knows it's safe. And Diaz trying to get back down. It's over. Hagil has to save. Money's still not here for FTW. So that's going to be double digits on for Endpoint. And
is this game on?
we're not done just yet. It's
Yeah,
on, man.
For the Win can't have much loss bonus.
No, it's trash. I think it's maybe 1900.
Okay. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed for Endpoint just that they couldn't get a little bit more on that CT side, because this would absolutely be a close game. They just made it so hard for themselves. And some of these rounds, I mean, Heavy God and MHL are just the absolute heroes at the moment. Getting so many good fights, winning so many duels. MHL, despite being an AWPer, it feels like he's opening up a lot of these rounds. Or at least stabilizing them and finding gaps. And yeah, this is quite a performance from the new boys.
I do also want to heap more praise on Heavy God. I think the thing that's impressing me the most about Heavy God is it feels like a lot of the errors are maybe chemistry and communication issues, as opposed to, I mean, I guess decision-making plays into that, but they're the kind of things that naturally will get better with time on team, right? Especially in the first half when we were seeing those issues with the rotation from rampant towards lower, those kind of situations. The mechanics are certainly interesting, certainly intriguing. The individual skill is there, the talent is there. Could be another spicy pickup here.
Are
Speaking
they
of heavy
going
gun,
through this? They are. Flash play straight through the smoke. Wow, this is a huge risk against this sort of buy. And 2-on-2 immediately. This could be curtains for Endpoint. They can't lose this.
timing's everything. Timing's everything. MHL, a duel with the USP. He gets away. It's fine. But the bomb's there. The bomb's on A. They know that. Nerds is working his way all the way around, but at this point, he doesn't know where Agil is. Suka would probably like to try and get into that mess of corpses and see if he can get a gun, but it's just too risky now. Oh my goodness. There's a spot. Suka's got the info. Now he knows. Does he feel comfortable going for the gun now? Agil in the rafters is everything. I think he just spotted an ankle. Now he sees the util go over. Do they know? Do they know? He's stuck in pony. MHL's watching. Awareness on point. Suka's got a gun. He's got the first. The second. No. Oh, few bullets more. Nerds brings it through. That almost came apart.
Do you think MHL caught sight of a foot? That is the game sense to check that position. That is not a common position. That is a one in, I don't even know, 200 rounds sort of position. And he checks it. I mean, I think it's safe to say that MHL has surely played a good amount of Nuke in his time, because he looks absolutely on point. He's made so few mistakes, if any, in this map. He is the only reason. Well, I guess alongside Heavy Gun, they are the reasons this is even close. And another opening pick. MHL doesn't want this to be a free map on Mike. He doesn't want to see the for the win jersey.
No, he's into the nuke right now. I mean, really just dragging this back. Smoke's outside. DS is going to be the critical piece again. Molotov to force him out. They're not testing that anymore. They know how dangerous he can be if you give him a crack to peek from. Had a lot of trouble dealing with him. And they're actually going to chase this on in. So DS on the angle. This could be the fight. Nerds and DS. Flashbang cleared this time. Not doing it dry. DS has been spotted. Util's going to come back out. But Nerds, you know, you see, he might stick around. They got so much space, Mini, though. So much space outside. They're taking control of the yard, or else those can't really fight this.
Especially not now.
Heaven.
Yeah, they're committed. They need to crunch lobby. Or do something. This is going to be a meat grinder if Endpoint just get out of heaven in a good spot.
There's the heaven gone. There's the lobby gone, rather. Now they got the information. It's coming back the other way. The Mighty Max! From above! He burns one alive as well. All right, Mighty Max. Get her done. And at this point, it should be a save. It's only 15 seconds, but that's plenty of time for Endpoint. They got the round. They got 12, Alan. We were counting them completely out.
This is Endpoint. I'm not even surprised. This just happens. It's they just have like their time of the month essentially, where nobody can play Counter-Strike, and then we're just back to normal and looking cohesive and making good decisions and playing well off each other. This is Endpoint in the last 5 rounds has looked like a completely different scene to what we saw at the start.
Ooh. Ah. The old reload. See, it would have been better if he had an extra 5 bullets. Bro makes it think. So Suka keeps the one gun alive, but not sure what they're gonna do with 1A4 and a single Molotov.
You should start a change.org petition to get people onto the A4.
To the AUG or the A4?
Or either.
Would you see me
just off
equip the
A1S.
A4 and then run the AUG too?
Yes.
Although I think if you're gonna run the AUG, you should actually keep the A1S for the cheaper gun. So
Maybe.
I think you should either main A4 or AUG. But I think the money savings of getting an extra flash does make sense if you're gonna play AUG when you have money up situations.
Intriguing. As is the money for the win. I'll tell you what, they're not saving a lot of these rounds, are they? They just lose.
No,
and
yeah.
just to commit everybody into the abattoir, essentially. There's been very few saves.
It's kind of the flip side of what we saw in the first half, where like every round they're kind of still in right until it ends. Except on the CT side, it's a lot more punishing. If you always think, well, we might bring it back. We might bring it back. Yeah, well, you don't get too many rounds with the guns up healthy.
Yeah, Jane would be rolling in his grave.
He's
with
vomiting
some of these
somewhere,
decisions.
just angry. You know, I hear he's good at controlling anger, though.
He is, yeah. He's got his methods.
He's a pro. A master, one might say.
Okay, then. Well, it's just the eco around that safe.
Diving back into it. I mean, we saw one of these get pretty risky before, but I think that had a rifle and an op, if I'm not mistaken. Still, I think you'll agree you can always trust Endpoint to potentially make these rounds intriguing.
Yeah, I learned that one the hard way.
Standing behind them. Those are my favorite photos of you on HLTV. Is just you in complete anguish standing behind the team.
I'm trying to remember. There are a few. There's a picture after we lost to Spirit in the RMR, where I'm like clasping the back of my neck in disbelief that we've just lost on Vertigo after we had a massive lead.
Diaz gets the first P250 kill. Okay, he gets traded at least trying to get that gun. But do they realize there's a Suka in the same position, basically? And now Sterota's through hut. Oh, it's gonna get weird, Alan. It's gonna get weird. I can feel it in my pores. This is really good early positioning. They're coming back into the lobby play. You got a 5-7 watching Squeaky. You got Stedoto with the CZ, and you got Agil just behind him.
Like a Smokes is a real problem. If Endpoint goes Squeaky, Suka's activated from Garage. He can see this line.
Timing is everything here.
Oh no!
No, he still got it. He still got it, but they lost the roast dose.
Suka!
So that opens the door. Here's the rifle. They got to go through the rifle angle. Suka hasn't been able to get anything. Now he needs to save. Now he needs to save. Got the one kill. He's going to think he can do this, but MHL's posted up. MHL's on the angle. That Molotov should finish it. That should finish it. He's so fortunate this hasn't spread in the corner. Timing's brutal here. Nade in. He's committing. He's committing in the 1v2. They'll be able to buy in the neck, so he thinks, why not give this a try, give this a rumble, but MHL's completely repositioned. This is really nice. He's on the angle. He's on the line, and once again, MHL's brilliant play on this map comes through.
I'm getting flashbacks seeing rounds like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, that was... I think maybe Suka was clearing outer because he would have had that line on Squeaky, and I think he wins the round if he's on the angle. Just a little bit unfortunate, I guess, in the timing. And here we are in a game where Endpoint looked dead 10 minutes ago. We're somehow only a couple gun rounds from winning the map. Overtime feels almost likely at this point, and for the win, need to show us something to convince us that they are indeed, you know, the premier Nuke team in this matchup.
The wind be whistling. Some early damage onto Endpoint. Don't really have a ton to show for it, but they still got a bunch of utility. Definite advantage on that front. And it does look like they're going to test outside. Guess who's lurking in secret, though, Alan? It's Mr. Diaz.
And
Molly for him.
How does Smokes go down? And there might be a
There's
gap.
the Molly.
Oh, no,
Nah,
there's
a Molly.
Oh, God. This could be a disaster.
Did he throw the one way?
I think it's just a miss-smoke. I think it's just a miss-smoke.
That's not good. That's not good. Stedoto's like, come on, come on, come on, peek, peek. Well, now they faded. They definitely haven't peeked it, but he also knows no one's gotten down.
MHL had a... Did someone not call that there was a gap? I don't... You've just given the info over, and now there's no reason for them to be loading up lower.
Suka's dropping. Suka's dropping. They are going to threaten. They've got ramp control, at least. Suka pops the window to give the ID. Might have gotten in towards control, but they're still holding. Diaz and Suka have responsibility down here. There's two players up. Akil's just going to swing. Damage, but no kill. This could be bad now. Stoto has to deliver it. He's under threat. First kill lands. Teammates coming in. Bomb dropped. They don't have the time. They don't have the time. Suka just has to live. Suka just has to live. The round is over. Map point found for FTW off of the clock.
Wow. That is... Oh, I'm a little bit stunned. Endpoint so close. They could have won the map realistically on that round win. There would have been nothing in the bank before the win. And to lose like that just on time, just off a little bit of time management. That's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker, but they have to stay focused. They're so close to overtime. There's nothing in reserve for the win. Just one round. One round, lads.
Do or die. As truly as that sentence can ever be said. MHL right now thinking, what more can I do? Well, MHL, you can get 30. Heavy God. They're going to come into him. They're going to come into the angle. He spotted the gun barrel, pulls the trigger a little too early, gives himself up. Tried to pre-aim it, as you do with the dub, right? Or as you do online, rather. It's a fine way to play it. Just didn't expect a jiggle. So nicely baited out from FTW. That's a huge opening to find it. Look at the lobby control they have now. They got so much information. Diaz takes one, damage on the next. He'll be traded. But with full control of lobby, FTW can play so comfortably into this. And look at the flank? It's coming out around. Oh, Aros Dos. He's on the silo. Alan, he's on the silo. He's got so much information. Clear. There's a spot. Did he see the opera? I don't think so. This is going to get real weird. Dodo needs to be looking the right way at the right time, but he's got the idea. He's got the IDs on the angle now. They have gone for the ramp instead, but Aguil's waiting for them. So whichever way they go, pick your poison, right? It's not going to be easy. MHL's trying to get a rifle. He's finally retrieved it, but this is looking disastrous. 25 seconds. They got no time. It's all in inerts. It's all on inerts. He's even got to come down off the ladder. He's given the audio cue. They know he's here. They know he's here. There's just nothing. He's even just trying to chase a kill, and Dodo will take him out of play. FTW take the map. We'll be back in a flash.